Good morning and welcome to another Super Saturday Soccer 6 prediction live stream. Hope everybody is doing well on this Saturday morning in South Wales. It's quite, as it usually is, quite dreary and damp. But we've got 6 fixtures that we need to predict this morning, which hopefully everybody is going to help me with. But before we get on to this week's 6 fixtures, let's have a quick look back at how well we got on in last week's fixture round. So that was on the 7th of November, of course, and we just had the 3 results correct, no perfect predictions. As you can see, we had the Norwich victory over Swansea, the Bournemouth victory over Brighton, and the Watford victory over Coventry. So if we jump into this week's predictions now, which is the round 14, we've got Aston Villa up against Brighton. Now, in the predictions video earlier this week, I actually went for an Aston Villa home victory over Brighton, 2-1. I probably will stick with that, but let's just have a quick look through some of the stats between the two teams. So currently, Aston Villa find themselves in 6th position in the table. Last time out, they had a very good win against Arsenal, which was 3-0. And prior to that, they suffered 2 home defeats, 3-4 against Southampton and a home loss against Leeds United. Prior to that, they had some very good victories, an away win against Leicester City, a home victory, that's famous 7-2 victory against Liverpool, and an away win against Fulham. Brighton currently find themselves in 16th position in the table. Although they have been playing well this season, the results-wise, it hasn't been the best for them. So last time out, they actually gained that creditable draw at home against Burnley, which was ended 0-0, although Burnley could have won that match in the end. Prior to that, they had that away defeat against Tottenham, which I think Tottenham won that one late on in the fixture, which was way back on the 1st of November. Prior to that, they came away with 2 draws, a home one against West Brom and a home away draw against Crystal Palace before those 2 defeats, away against Everton and home against Manchester United. So how do we think this one is going to go? If we have a look at what the rest of the community at Sky are looking at, we've got 89% of people are looking at an Aston Villa victory in this one, 8% of people are going for a draw, and we've got 3% of people going for a Brighton and Hove Albion win. I think Trossard may be available for this fixture. Also, is it Lewis Dunk? I think he's back from suspension as well. He actually may have been back in the previous fixture. But yeah, Greenish coming back from another successful stint with the England side. Joining him in midfield, of course, is Ross Barkley and John McGinn. And of course, John McGinn, a member of that Scotland team who qualified now for the European Championships in the summer, in June next year, in 2021. So yeah, I'm going to stick with my plan of an Aston Villa victory in this one. I don't think they'll keep a clean sheet. I think Brighton will get a goal in this one. But what do you guys think? Can you leave me your predictions in the chat? Do you think you're going to agree with me and go for an Aston Villa victory? Or do you think Brighton will get something out of this game? Anybody? Anybody there? No? Okay, so I'm going to go for an Aston Villa, as I said, 2-1 home victory against the Seagulls in this one. Next up, we've got the Bristol City from the west of England playing Derby County. Ian Lovesey, welcome Ian, good morning, hope you're doing well on this Saturday morning in South Wales. You've actually gone for a 2-1 victory, agreeing with me with that 2-win victory for the Villains. As I say, Bristol City coming up against Derby County. Of course, Derby County letting their manager go recently, Cuckoo, and they've got a bit of an interim caretaker team in charge of Shay Given, Liam Racina and Wayne Rooney, of course, taking charge of the team for these coming fixtures. Divisional wise, Bristol City have been doing very well in the start of this season. They find themselves in 5th position. After a bit of a stuttering bit of form, they've actually won their last 2 fixtures. They beat Cardiff City last time out in a game where they were a little bit, their backs were against the wall, but I think they scored in the first minute in that fixture, and then they managed to keep the Bluebirds at bay for the rest of the 90 minutes. Prior to that, they had a very good away victory as well against Huddersfield. Of course, they are at home in this fixture against Derby County. Of course, Derby County find themselves at the foot of the table. Only 1 victory this season in the league. Recently, of course, Cuckoo losing his job with home defeats against Barnsley and Queen's Park Rangers. So, form-wise, we're looking at a Bristol City win. However, Derby County, new management team, can they pull it out of the bag? Ian Lovesey in the chat, welcome in again, has gone for a Derby victory just to upset Martin Lewis. Yeah, I don't think Martin will be too happy. I think he'll probably go for a victory to the Carrot Crunchers in this one. Cozza, welcome in. I think Cozza, Manchester United fan, all the way from Australia, I believe, has actually gone for an Aston Villa victory in that fixture that we were discussing just a little while ago. And Ferris77, good morning to you as well, Ferris. What are your thoughts on the Bristol City versus Derby match? Do you think Derby, with their new management team, are going to be able to pull something out of the bag and get some more points on the board in this one? So what I'm thinking, along with the Sky, let's have a look what the rest of the Sky community saying. They actually say 70% are going for a Bristol City victory, 14% are going for a draw, and 15% are going for a Derby victory. Now, not sure what sort of management style the likes of Racina and Rooney are going to be employing this one. Probably Rooney's going to want to play football. Whether they're going to be able to get that in this short space of time. They have had a little time to work with the players, of course, in the international break. Will it be enough to cope with the fine form that Bristol City have been in so far this season? I'm not too sure. Can we see goals from Derby in this one? Let's have a quick look at have they been getting themselves on the score sheet? Well, not in the last 2 games, and prior to that, they did score 3 goals in those 1-1 draws against Bournemouth, Cardiff, and Nottingham Forest. So they don't score many goals. Derby, maybe they can get a goal in this one, but I think Bristol City are actually going to be too strong for the Rams in this one, and I'm going to go for a 2-1 victory to the home side in this one. So the Robins are going to continue their fine start to the season. Next up, we've got the big one for myself. This is Millwall at home against Cardiff City. Cardiff City, up until recently, had one of the best away best away form in the entire Football League. Probably one of the best in Europe as well. Millwall, always a difficult place to go, the new den. Millwall currently find themselves in a 9th position, just the 1 defeat in their last 6 fixtures. Last time they gained a 0-0 draw against Sheffield Wednesday, and prior to that, an away draw against Norwich City. Before that, at home, it was their last home fixture, which was against Huddersfield, and they came away with a defeat in that one. But prior to those three games, it was a 2-0 win away against Preston, a draw against Barnsley, and a home win against Luton Town. Cardiff City, okay, although they've been playing very well away from home this season. They did suffer defeat at home against the Robins in a game which they should have got something out of. Prior to that, they did get a 3-0 victory against Barnsley, and prior to that, Cardiff, probably in their worst, one of their worst displays, possibly of the season. Actually, no, it wasn't. I think they were 3-0 down or something. I can't remember exactly how the scores went in that defeat at away against Crystal QPR. But yeah, Cardiff City coming away with only won once in their last six fixtures, so I don't think they're going to win in this one. It's probably going to be a very low scoring match. However, I do see both teams scoring in this one. Before we make the decision though, let's have a quick look at what the Sky community is saying. 51% of people are saying a Millwall win, 28% are saying a draw, and 21% are saying a victory for Cardiff City. Ian is saying Millwall versus Cardiff, a very hard game for Cardiff, hopefully a Cardiff win. Both should score, so I'll go for a 2-1 victory to Cardiff City. Cos, mixed bad for both teams, and Ferris has gone for a 1-0 victory to Millwall in this one. Yeah, very mixed there. Millwall's form hasn't been that great. Cardiff, okay. Away form has been very good. Like to hit teams on the counter-attack. So Millwall's going to have to come out, but I think this one is going to end up in a draw. Hopefully I'm wrong in this one, and it will be a Cardiff City victory, but I'm going to go for a 1-1 scoreline in this one, but hopefully I am wrong in this one, particularly with Cardiff's away form. And Cozza agrees. He's actually Cardiff is scoring well on the road. That's right, Cozza, but yeah, they have had time to regroup. Cardiff, both Harry Wilson and Kiefer Moore scored for Wales in that fine victory at home against Finland in the Nations League recently. But I'm going to go for a draw in this one. I'm going to go for a Millwall 1-1 draw at home against Cardiff. Next up, we have got Middlesbrough at home against Norwich. Now, Middlesbrough, although attack-wise they haven't been doing that well, they do find themselves in 7th position. A lot of their fixtures recently have ended up with just the solitary goal. As you can see, they did get very good away draws against Brentford and Blackburn Rovers, 0-0 draws. Prior to that, they had a fine victory against Nottingham Forest and a win against Coventry as well. And prior to that, they gained a 1-1 draw away against Cardiff and a victory against Bristol City as well. So they haven't actually suffered defeat in their last 6 fixtures. They are coming up against, though, a Norwich team who are riding high themselves, haven't lost in their last 6 fixtures themselves, gained a very good victory over Swansea City in that last game. And prior to that, it was a 0-0 draw against Millwall. They did have some very good results on the road as well. A fine 3-1 victory over Bristol City and a 1-1 draw away against Brentford as well. Prior to that, wins at home against Wycombe and Birmingham. So a very difficult one to call this one. Neither team has suffered defeat in their last 6 fixtures. Let's look at what the community is saying. Only 20% of people are actually saying that Middlesbrough are going to come away with all 3 points in this one. A draw has seen 41% of the people have gone for a draw, and 39% have gone for an away victory to Norwich. Now, Middlesbrough are very resolute, as I've already said, so they're not going to concede many goals. Their defence is quite capable of shutting out most teams. Norwich, however, very good form, not suffering defeat in the last 6 fixtures. So, yeah, low-scoring game, could end up 0-0, could end up 1-1. Let's have a look what you're saying in the chat. Ferris77 has gone for a 1-1 draw. Ian Lovesey, number 12, has gone for a 2-0 away victory to Norwich. Cozza, Cardiff are scoring well, good on the road. Cardiff outscore on the road compared to Millwall at home. That's right. It could see that, but I've actually gone for a draw in this one. Hopefully you are correct in that, Cozza, with a Cardiff win. But yeah, I think this one, difficult one to predict not going to see a victory in this one, so I am going to go for a 1-1 draw in this one, which probably see Norwich scored first and Middlesbrough come back into the game to make it 1-1. Next up, we've got the penultimate fixture of the weekend. We've got Barnsley at home against Nottingham Forest. Barnsley playing some really good football in the Championship this season, although they do find themselves down in 17th position. They have only lost one match, which was against Cardiff City, I'm happy to say, in their last 6 fixtures. Last time out, they gained that very good win against Derby, which was the final nail in the coffin for Koku there at Derby County. Prior to that, though, they had a very good victory at home against Watford and a good victory as well against QPR. Prior to that, it was 2 draws on the road against Millwall and Stoke City. Yeah, playing some very good football. Nottingham Forest find themselves languishing down in 20th position. In their last 2 fixtures, they came away with a 2-0 home victory against Wycombe and a 2-1 victory against Coventry City as well. Prior to that, of course, we've already talked about Middlesbrough. They suffered defeat at the hands of Middlesbrough in that away trip there in the northeast. Prior to that, they had 1-1 draws against Rotherham and Derby County at home and a 1-1 draw against Luton. So another difficult one to predict. All these fixtures are difficult to predict in the Championship. Let's have a look what the Sky community is saying. So they're going for a 29% victory at home for Barnsley. A draw. I've seen 37% of the people gone for a draw. And Nottingham Forest, quite a few people are going for a Nottingham Forest victory in this one. In the chat, we're looking at Cozza has gone for a draw of Middlesbrough 1, Norwich 1. Ian Lovesey has gone for a draw as well, 1-1. And Ferris77 has gone for a draw as well. So looking for a draw in this one, but having actually closely watched Barnsley against Cardiff City, okay, they did suffer defeat, but I did think they actually played well in that match. And their form going into this fixture where they've won 3 out of their last 4 and 3 out of their last 6. Okay, Nottingham Forest have only suffered defeat once in their last 6 as well. Yeah, could end up in a draw or a Barnsley victory. I'm ebbing towards a victory to Barnsley in this one, but looking at Forest's form, let's have a quick look back at their home form. Nottingham Forest. Okay, they did win their last 2 fixtures at home, but they are on the road, and they did actually lose their last fixture, was against Middlesbrough, but Middlesbrough very difficult to play against at the moment. And prior to that, it was a 1-1 draw on the road to Luton. So yeah, I'm going to go for a draw in this one. Could end up 1-1, could end up in Desmond's, but I'm going to agree with you guys in the chat. I'm going to go for a 1-1 scoreline. Finally, we have the last fixture of the weekend, and that is Preston North End at home against Sheffield Wednesday. Incidentally, looking at the chat now, Cozza has actually gone for a 2-0 home victory for Barnsley over Forest. Yeah, I tend to agree with you there, Cozza. This could see a victory for Barnsley, but yeah, with their recent form, Forest, I am going for a draw in that one. But Barnsley only conceded 3 and Forest only scoring 2. Yeah, quite right, Cozza. Yeah, back to the Preston North End fixture over Sheffield Wednesday. Now, I know the home form of Preston North End hasn't been any too wise this season so far. Preston currently find themselves in 15th position in the league. Last time out, they suffered defeat on the road against Rotherham, and prior to that, they did get that victory over Reading. And as you can see, their home form against Birmingham and Millwall, losing at home. Prior to that, they did gain victories over Huddersfield and Queen's Park Rangers. So another difficult one to predict. This one, Sheffield Wednesday, of course, with their it was 12 points at the beginning of the season, but it was scratched off only to 6 points. They were on -6 points, but they have pulled themselves around a little bit with 3 victories this season. In the last couple of fixtures, they pulled out a 0-0 draw at home against Millwall, and prior to that, it was a 1-0 victory at home against Bournemouth. So that was a good win. Prior to that, they did have 4 defeats, 2 defeats away against Rotherham and Wycombe respectively, and prior to that it was home defeats against Luton and Brentford, and I remember Cardiff going up there as well and getting a good victory in this fixture. Can Preston win at home in this one? I'm not sure. Sheffield Wednesday's away form has been dire this season. Let's have a look at if they've actually won away at all this season. They've actually beaten Birmingham earlier in the season on the 17th of October. And, of course, they opened their account at the beginning of the season against Cardiff City. That's Sheffield Wednesday we're looking at. Sheffield Wednesday gaining a victory over Birmingham and Cardiff, of course. Let's have a look at Preston's form overall at home. There we have it. Haven't actually gained a single victory. They've lost all 4 fixtures at home this season. So, another tough one to call. All these championship predictions are very hard to call. Any team, as they say, the old cliche, can beat anybody in this division. Let's have a look what the Sky community are saying. They're actually going for a Preston North End victory in this one. 58% of the people are going for a home win in this one. A draw, 19% of people are going for the draw, and we're having 23% of a Sheffield Wednesday away win. I tend to agree with those that 23%. Let's have a look at in the chat. Ferris77 has gone for a home victory to Preston, the Lilywhites, 2-1. Ian Lubsey, number 12, has gone for a 1-0 victory to Preston. And Sheffield Wednesday for Ranjit Kahu. He's gone for an away win. Kozat, and only 1 goal at home. That's right. Dire form for Preston North End this season. I think I'm going to go for an away victory to Sheffield Wednesday in this one. Will it be 1 or will it be 2? I haven't actually given many 2 goals. It's all been sort of 1 goal in it. I'm actually going to go for a 2-0 away victory for Sheffield Wednesday in this one. So that's my 6 predictions all done and dusted. I'll just run through them quickly again for you. So we've gone for an Aston Villa home win against Brighton, 2-1 I've gone for in that one. In the next fixture in the Championship, I've gone for a Bristol City home victory over Derby, 2-1. I've gone for a 1-1 draw between Millwall and Cardiff. Middlesbrough against Norwich, I've gone for a 1-1 draw in that one. I've gone for a 1-1 draw between Barnsley and Nottingham Forest. And finally, in the last fixture, I've gone for a 2-0 away victory for Sheffield Wednesday. Very 77. And what do you think about Luton against Blackburn? Draw maybe? Luton's been doing very well this season so far. Let's have a look at Luton. Currently find themselves in 10th position, only suffering defeat twice this season. And Blackburn just a couple of positions below them, winning last time out at home against QPR and then gaining a 0-0 draw. So difficult one to predict this one, Ferris. Luton at home. Okay, they did suffer defeat against Brentford, but we know how good Brentford are. This one's going to end up in a draw or I think an away victory to. Let's have a look at Blackburn's form again. Yeah, none too clever on the road. So this could end up in maybe a draw. It could end up in a 1-1 or a 2-2 draw. This one, Ferris. What do you think? And Kozza has gone for a Sheffield Wednesday victory as well against Preston North End. So, as usual, we've also got, I'm going to go head-to-head with Jeff for this weekend. The golden goal prediction always seems to be in the first 10 minutes. Do we think we'll see a golden goal any time in the first 5 minutes, guys? Or do you think it's going to be a little bit more cagey than that? Coming back off international breaks, having a look at scores around the divisions, especially in the Premier League. Games are pretty tight. They want to get back from these international breaks with a solid foundation for the fixtures in the coming weeks. So I don't think it's going to be in the first five minutes. So I think it's going to be a little bit later. I think it will be in the first 10 minutes. So I'm going to go for one of my favourite numbers. I'm going to go for the 8th minute in this one. Ian Lovesey, Norwich will get an early goal. 4th minute, says Ian. Both teams horrible in the top half. Yes, indeed, there, Cozza. So any more takers for when the first goal will be scored? Just Ian so far? Anybody else? No? Okay, I'm going to submit my entry then. So there we go. I'm not going to place a bet on this one, but if I were to place a £10 accumulator on this, just the results, then that would be at odds of 485 to 1, which would give me returns of £486 and 5 pence. If I'm a bit more stingy with my money, say a fiver, that would bring me £2,433 and 2 pence. And if I was just going to place £2 on this, that would bring returns of £973 and 21 pence. That is very nice indeed. Ferris 77 has gone for 16th minute for an Aston Villa score, so very cagey opening to the when the first goal will be scored this afternoon. So that's it for those predictions. Before I go, is there anything you'd like to ask me? Of course, this afternoon Nathan will be going live on his channel for that live stream between Millwall and Cardiff City. As I've said, I think this one's going to end up in a 1-1 draw this afternoon, but hopefully Cardiff will come away with all 3 points in that one. So if you'd like to go and join him this afternoon, he will be streaming live on his channel. All you need to do is search for NWM in YouTube, and you can watch along with him. Of course, he can't stream the game live because that would be illegal, but he will be talking through it, and he's had quite a few people watching him in those live streams recently. So I'll be there probably in the chat. So if you do see me in the chat, say hi and hello, and subscribe to both Nathan and myself if you're not already a subscriber. Right, let's have a look back in the chat. Cozza, on average, Brighton and Hove Albion let in a goal on average, Brighton and Hove Albion let in a goal every 5 shots on goal. That's right. But I think those are big chances that are being created, Cozza. I don't think they actually have that. They actually stop the opposition from shooting quite a bit. So I think expected goals there is quite high in the charts, but if you look at their stats as well, they don't concede many goals. So it's a bit of a paradox there. If they do concede a good chance against their opposition, then more often than likely the opposition will score. So hopefully it will end up in a victory for Aston Villa in this one. Hopefully it will end up 2-1, and hopefully the likes of Grealish and McGinn will score goals, because I've got them both in my fantasy football team, and the Aston Villa goalkeeper as well, Martinez, I think it is. Let's have a look. Ian, enjoy the game, Mr. Morgan. Information says hello. I'm still waiting for this on-air light. Maybe Father Christmas will bring that for me at Christmas time over the month of December. You never know. Maybe we'll get a different background. Maybe we'll even put a green screen up. Bobby Chong. Hello, Bobby. Welcome into the chat. Newcastle v Chelsea. How? I think that kicks off actually in about 20 minutes time. Well, if you watch my predictions video, I did go for an away victory to Chelsea in that one. I think I went for a 2-0 away victory. Let's just have a look at my spreadsheet. I did in fact go for a Chelsea away win in that one. Bobby, how do you think that one's going to go? Do you think Newcastle can get something in that match, or do you think Chelsea can pull it out of the bag? If you're a good boy, he might, yes. Mrs. Bluebird Legend got a few surprises up the sleeve for this Christmas, so you never know on that one, Ian. But yeah, we'll look forward to what happens at the end of December. But yeah, in about 20 minutes, that game between Newcastle and Chelsea kicks off. Hopefully, the likes of Werner will get me a goal for my fantasy football team. Bobby Chong, low scoring. Yeah, Newcastle at home, pretty sound this season, Bobby. But I think, yeah, Chelsea's defence at the beginning of the season was all over the place, but they have really shown that up. But I think they're going to be just a little bit too strong for Newcastle in this fixture. Mike Green, hi. Hi there, Mike. Hope you are doing well. If you don't know Mike, Mike actually produces videos for Newport County. So if you want to see any Newport contact, live streams, or predictions, or anything to do with Newport, then go and check out Mike's channel. Mike, who are Newport playing this afternoon? I will down in Division in the 4th tier, of course. Top of the table, of course, Newport. They are actually at home against Port Vale. So I presume, Mike, will you be watching that one very closely this afternoon? If not, Nathan will be live streaming the Millwall versus Cardiff City fixture. But I think we're going to wrap that up for... Yeah, that's it. That's it. We have Vale at home. Do you think you'll gain all 3 points in that one, Mike? I think you will. Having a very strong start to the season. Hopefully you'll be able to get up into the First Division at the end of the season, and hopefully Wrexham, with their recent impending takeover, they can do something and get back into the league system, or into the top 4 divisions, or 4th division, or Division 2 as it is known now as well. We have to win, yes, indeed. Let's good luck to Newport in that one, and you've gone for a 2-1 victory to Newport over Port Vale as well. But yeah, as I say, I'm going to wrap this up for another Saturday live stream. Of course, I'll be in the chat this afternoon with Nathan, but for now, I'm going to bid you all farewell. Thank you for watching. Remember to leave a like, as it helps the channel so much. And if you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe and join the channel. And remember to make your predictions each and every week on a Wednesday/Thursday morning, and you could get out shout outs in the weekly predictions videos as well. But for now, I'd like to bid you all farewell. Thanks for joining me on your Saturday morning. What website is that? The predictions video. It's on this channel. Mike, make predictions every Wednesday evening with Nathan. If you look back at some of my old videos, you actually make your predictions in the comment section. If you get in quick, you can either, if you have a look at my last video, you can make your predictions in the comment section, and I'll include you there in the league table. There's about 150 people playing along at the moment. So the more you play, the higher you will go up the table. So look forward to seeing you make your predictions in that, Mike. Just get them in a little bit quick, because there's a match starting in... What website are you using for my predictions, or for the Soccer Saturday Super 6? It's the Soccer Saturday Super 6 for my predictions on my channel. I don't really actually use any website to record the scores. I just use a spreadsheet for that. Hope that helps. Hope I've explained myself well there, Mike. Yeah, record everybody's scores on the website, and I pick them up off the comment section of the YouTube video. But as I say, guys, thanks very much for watching. Bid you farewell, and I'll see you on Wednesday evening for the predictions video.